Hello and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be trying to tell you how to make the hardest possible save for you to give a go at home. We're going to be filling the English league with the 91 statistically best teams from around the world, while you start with the team that I found to be the statistically worst on the entire game. I know with some of my other videos where I've done really hard challenges, a lot of you have messaged me the day after saying you've completed it. So hopefully this one can keep your attention for a little bit longer, and hopefully it'll be a really tough challenge for you to do it. So you'll be starting with the worst team, as I said. It's going to be tough, you're going to go into every game expecting to lose, but the real fun of the save is when you notice your team is ready to compete. Even if it's only going to be against people like Celta Vigo or SC Braga, it's still going to be a good challenge and hopefully a really fun and really long one for you guys to try out. So we're going to have a quick look at who's in every league, but as we go, I'm going to point out any interesting teams that you can pick if you fancy an easier challenge and a more traditional MegaLeague Super League save. So let's get started with the Premier League. These are the 20 best teams on the game according to the little statistics that I found. Of course, you've got teams like PSG, Real Madrid, Man United, Man City. These are the teams that are always going to be super hard when you're playing against them, but they could be fun if you're playing with them too. The real interesting ones, in my opinion, are Porto, Benfica and Sporting Lisbon, who are of course all big Portuguese rivals and are all going to be fighting to not finish last in the league. So it could be an interesting save if you fancy playing as one of these three. Fighting to get into the top flight, of course, we have teams like Flamengo, who are the highest ranked non-European team in this save. You've got Leicester City, who won the league only 7 years ago. You've got a couple of Brazilian teams who of course use fake players, so feel free to replace these if you're not interested in that kind of thing. You've got Tottenham Hotspur, who are the only team with a 90 rated player in the championship. You've got Athletic Bilbao as well, who of course have their interesting policy, and you could probably apply it while still playing in Europe. And then finally we've got Arsenal, who are the highest potential team in the entire championship, even if they're not quite there yet. So it's an interesting bunch of clubs, and there's going to be some good challenge even if you do choose to take one of the easier clubs. League 1 is where it starts to get a bit interesting though. There's some very spicy derbies in here, none more than the triple header Turkish Derby, where you've got Fenerbahce, Besiktas and Galatasaray all in this league together with very similarly ranked teams. You've also got River Plate, who are the highest ranked Argentinian teams, if that's something that you're interested in, and you've also got Olympiacos, who are the highest ranked rest of the world team in the entire game, so that's going to be an interesting one too if you fancy taking over the Athens-based club. Finally, in the leagues, we have the league that most of you are going to be starting in, which of course is League 2. Teams like Boca Juniors, Dynamo Kiev, Borussia Mönchengladbach all have really cool history, but you've also got the only Belgian team in the entire Super League, Club Brugge. You've got another Turkish team, Trabzonspor, who are going to have potential to rival the other three if they do get promoted to League 1. And you've got the lowest rated British team in the whole league, which of course is Rangers, behind the Championship's Fulham. This is also where you're going to be adding in the worst team on the entire game if you want a really good challenge. In my opinion, this is Chongqing Lianjian Athletic. They might not have the actual worst star rating, but it's because their team's boosted by a couple of Brazilian standout players. When your back five has ratings of 55, 58, 64, 52 and 53, you know you're going to be in for a tough time if you come up against PSG in the FA Cup. The only good player is called Fernandinho Silva, and he's on a short-term contract that expires at the end of the first season. Even if you sold him to try and get money, you'll only get around 1 million because he is a 35-year-old 74 rated striker, so you're probably going to have to rely pretty heavily on him. For backups, you've got players with ratings from 47 to 50 on your bench, which is absolutely dreadful and nowhere near the standard needed to go anywhere in this Super League. So if you want a really long Super League save where you're going to be constantly fighting against the best teams with a really poor team, I would definitely go for Chongqing. If you want a slightly different option, you can go for Odisha from the Indian Super League, who have players who are 48 rated in their starting 11. Although the rest of their team is slightly better, they actually have even less transfer budget and a team that's almost on the same level. So that's the second option if you fancy their kits a little bit more for a long-term save. Unfortunately, that's all we have for today's video. Sorry for my voice being a bit different, I do have a cold, but hopefully you still enjoyed the video. Make sure you give it a go, message me on the Discord if you can finish this, put it in one of the text channels so everyone can see your progress, and hopefully you have a very, very fun long-term FIFA career mode save that you'll remember forever. Thank you all for watching, subscribe if you want to see more videos like this, like the video if you enjoyed it, and I'll see you very soon for another FIFA video. Thank you, and goodbye.